when I was growing up, the two men that I wanted to work with were Robert De Niro and Clint Eastwood. Honestly, that was always, and I always, in some crazy way, felt like our paths were going to cross. And every time I put myself on tape, and I remember J. Edgar, you never know really, but I remember you were like, yeah, he's in the mix, and I thought like, oh, maybe this is it. And then actually, Clint and I were going to do another movie at one point a year ago, and it just didn't work out. And I thought, oh, maybe that's it. Maybe it's gone. I'm never going to work with him. And then when this came around, the circumstances were pretty uncanny.
Today we are taking pictures.
All right, here we go. Looks nice.
We're in a photographic studio, and we're doing the photographs for the marketing campaign.
For season 3 of Masters of Sex.
We are in the 60s, baby.
Last season's finished in 1961, so there's been a jump.
This season picks up 6 years later, so we're sort of in a whole new look and feel.
That works. I think that is so beautiful.
The mod era.
You know, Betty has always been fashion forward.
You might want to drag something out the back of your closet that goes below the knee.
Have you seen her amazing Barbra Streisand 1966 hair?
Maybe she saw Funny Girl in St. Louis and was like, well, I gotta get that haircut. It's fabulous.
I mean, it's wildly flattering to be compared to Jean Shrimpton. The 60s were a time of revolution.
You know, we had people going to the moon, and Susan Johnson were going to the orgasm, which was a big deal. We didn't know what was on the moon, and we didn't know what was inside a woman's vagina.
Beautiful. That looks great.
Masters of Sex.
My first reaction to reading Nightingale was, this is one of the most audacious pieces I have read.
When you're making a movie with only one character in one location, you have no margin for error. So the biggest choice I made was to collaborate with David Oyelowo.
It's a bold, really challenging piece of filmmaking.
I loved it. It's just a phenomenal piece of acting. David's unbelievable in it.
It has a ton of emotion, and it's a wild ride.
This role is an actress's dream because there is such a character arc in the film. I get to start in one place and end in a completely different place. She's an entirely different character for the second half of the film.
I've been looking for you.
They've really just done a bang-up job on recreating the time period, and Ruben was a history major in university.
You know, the good guys, you're going, God, they're not walking that line, or they're trying to walk that line between good and just going over the edge, and I almost as characters having to become more gangster than they are cops in order to beat the gangsters. You know what I mean? In order to clean up the city.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Kill room is a sacred space.
Each kill room has its own character.
Very, very intimate scenes, and often scenes where the biggest secrets and truths are revealed.
The kill room is almost complete. We get a standard clip-on light and a 100-watt light bulb. We put that above the body, and you end up with a look like this.
I think the kill rooms are effective because of their attention to detail, the way they're lit, the sense of it being a sacred space. Everybody takes responsibility for that, and even when we're shooting those scenes, there's a sort of new kind of focus. You know, I think the crew looks forward to the kills.
Emmy-nominated Liev Schreiber and Academy Award winner Jon Voight star in Showtime's new original series, Ray Donovan.
Right behind that set is Liev Schreiber.
Yeah, that was good.
I like that.
Beautiful.
The cast came together for a photo shoot to kick off the series campaign.
Most complicated characters I've ever played. There are a lot of skeletons in his closet.
Excellent, excellent. I play Mickey Donovan. I'm Ray Donovan's father. He himself is an expert on criminal behavior, but I'm a loose wire, you know.
Pretty good, huh?